It's nearly the end of the year, which means it's time for the State of the Shoe Collection 2023. I love seeing other people's shoe collections, it often serves as a bit of inspiration, and I hope this video does the same for you. In this video we are sticking with beautiful dress shoes because although I do own other styles of shoes and boots, I really just love dress shoes. We'll go in order of purchase rather than any other type of arbitrary order, and I'll put some timestamps in the description if you want to jump about. First up is a pair of tan leather Wholecuts by Dune London. I'll be honest, I don't wear these shoes that much anymore, but they were the shoes that helped kickstart my love affair with beautiful dress shoes. They are slightly too big, which has led to some unsightly creases, and the quality is not great. They are cemented soles, which means the uppers are glued to the soles. I would love to replace them with a pair of nicer tan Wholecuts, such as the Blackbird Constance X seamless Wholecut. Maybe I will in the new year. Next is a pair of Oxford Wingtip Brogues by Dune London. I really love these shoes. Not the best quality again, they are cemented, but it's reasonable for the price I paid, and they're extremely comfortable. Navy is such an underrated dress shoe colour. It can look darker in darker lights and really come alive in sunlight. The woven leather effect is really cool too. You don't see that very often anymore. Next is this pair of two-tone Oxford Brogues by Shoepassion. They're probably the most expensive dress shoes I've purchased, and the best quality at the same time. They have a really lovely two-tone design, and the leather feels really nice, and they are good welted. There are a couple of sticking points though. The first is the last is quite elongated. I've realised I prefer a shorter last with a rounded toe, it just suits me better. The second is that I wore these shoes on wet grass, and I put them back in the closet without allowing them to dry properly. The end result is that the leather has slightly bubbled in places, a real rookie mistake. Make sure if your shoes get wet you insert your shoe trees and leave the shoes to dry in the open. I learned the hard way. Next are a pair of brown long wing Derby Brogues by Shoepassion. These are a bit unusual. The long wing brogue is usually seen as a more casual style, but then dark brown is seen as more formal, as is a high shine finish. I really love the look of them, but they're not flawless. The broguing is not perfectly aligned, and the type of leather used leaves permanent creases on the vamp. It isn't the worst thing in the world, but it may become more noticeable over time. Still, very eye-catching shoes, and they get a lot of compliments. Again, these shoes are good welted. Next is a pair of black Oxfords by Sweeney. I bought these as a pair of bad weather shoes. I generally think you should wear the best quality shoes you can, but these were bought for the purpose of wearing them in wet weather. Aside from a few warm spells, it has been pretty wet in the UK this year, and these shoes got a lot of wear. They are good welted, but as you can see, the heel lining is badly worn. The lining can be replaced, but I don't think it's really worth it. I'll just keep wearing them until they're no longer comfortable. Next is a pair of gold museum calf double Monkstraps by Meermin. I bought these shoes in a sale, and apart from the beautiful colour and double Monkstrap style, one of the things that attracted me was the closed channel stitching on the sole. But it turns out the soles are the downfall of these shoes, as the leather material is extremely soft and they've worn very quickly. Someone did raise this point in my original review video, and it's now clear to me that it's actually a bit of an issue. I emailed Meermin and they told me it's totally normal. I don't agree, but there we go. I don't think I've even worn them 10 times, and you can see that because the uppers are still mint. They are good welted, so they can be resold, but I don't know if it's worth it. A lot of people recommend Meermin, but this has certainly put me off the brand, at least for now. Next is a pair of split-toe Derbies by Herring. I bought these shoes as a wet weather companion to my Sweeney Oxfords. I was very specific in that I wanted a split toe with a pebble grain and a good welted rubber sole, and these were the best shoes I could find in my sort of price range. They do feel a bit chunky and clunky. I have seen much sleeker versions of the split toe Derby, but for a lot more money. These do the job in the winter though, which is the important thing. Next is a pair of Spectator Oxford Brogues by Herring. The Spectator is a bit of a rare animal these days, so much so that if you wear them out in the wild, people might think you're a dancer or a wannabe gangster. I was browsing eBay one day and came across these, and the seller sent me an offer, so I bought them. In hindsight, it wasn't the best deal, but I had been looking for a pair of Spectators for a while, and the thing is with quirky styles, you don't want to be paying hundreds for shoes you might only wear a few times a year. Happy to have them in the rotation though. The combination of black calf leather and grey patent leather really works, and I will surely pick up more Spectators in the future, especially a pair in the classic brown beige combination. And last up is this pair of Oxfords in this beautiful Bordeaux calf leather and Peccary mix by Moreschi. I first saw these shoes on Instagram and I was fascinated by them. I had been looking for some burgundy Monkstrap shoes, but I couldn't find any for the right price. Then I saw these on eBay for around 1/10 of the retail price and I snapped them up. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but the Peccary is rather peculiar to touch. It is really soft though and supple, and the creases disappear when you wear them. They are the first pair of Blake Stitch shoes I purchased, and they're unbelievably comfortable. I thought I was wearing slippers when I first tried them. The only downside is the high shine finish scratches easily, and it's difficult to hide and repair these scratches. So there we go, those are all the dress shoes that I own. Let me know in the comments what you think. Which ones do you like, if any at all? You'll have noticed that I've learnt a lot in the last year or so. There is a lot of great information and advice out there when it comes to shoes, but nothing really comes close to hands-on experience, making your own mistakes and learning from them. As for goals for next year, I think the main thing is to focus on quality over value alone. Whether that means trying to pick up used bargains or actually stump up the cash for higher quality brands, I will have to see. I have quite a few pairs of affordable shoes and boots, and as you can see, they do not come without flaws or issues. I always have my eye on interesting styles and designs, but I really do need to be a little bit more selective going forwards. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. My god, I look like a ghost in this video.